Isn't this plugged in?
Now you may ask, how do we get a camp like this into a car like this? We have ridiculous things in our camp, like 2 dressers for the bedroom, a big shower setup, a ridiculous sized toilet, and an immense amount of stuff just in our kitchen alone. We even have a candelabra for our camp. Well, it sure does not fit in the little red car. Not even when you add Sparky to it.
Welcome to Planet Wildlife's Behind the Scenes series. This is a behind the scenes for the Mojave expedition, camps 1 through 4. We're calling this one Big Camp Little Car. As you guys know, we drive a classic convertible Toyota Celica. So, no way did these camps come out to the middle of the desert in that car. That car barely makes it out to the middle of the desert. Starting with Camp 1. Sparky to the rescue. Sparky may be a tiny little car, but it has a tiny little trailer too. So that's how the gear arrives to camp. It's getting late as we arrive finally to our destination. Only the sleeping tent gets set up that night. First camp of the season takes most of a week in order to complete. Camp 1 packs out quickly, however. It only takes about 4 hours. Camp 2, the big one. During Camp 1, there were lots of discussions of if we could just turn the camp like 30 degrees. There was much discussion on setting up Camp 2 of how to situate the camp to best make use of available space and view potential.
There's only one flat strip right here, so we're kind of more or less going to line them up along that strip.
Even after all the discussions, the kitchen tent ended up being moved. Breaking down camp was a long, hot, and arduous task that we tried to do as quickly as possible due to the heat. The lesson we learned from Camp 1 was pack the shade tent last. Camp 3 in the rocks. We had all of Camp 2 with us, but by now it was hot. Setting up one tent was all we could really handle. We decided, hey, let's test out a 1 tent setup, and just stowed all the remaining gear under the trailer. Packing out was a challenge. The sand road coming in was kind of sketchy.
It gets really sandy right here. It's a little hairy for a car.
But after 2 weeks of us driving on it, it was really rough, too rough for a tiny trailer. So we loaded it up at the middle campground and had to hump all the stuff up the canyon. Camp 4, the pop-up camp. By the time we arrived at the river, it was late June and just really hot. So on this one, we didn't even bring the trailer. The camp just rode in Sparky. It was just a pop-up camp, couple chairs and a couple tables, and like a little bit of kitchen gear. I don't even know what, because it was too hot to cook. Now, like halfway through, we're like, oh no, we need a shade tent. So we went right there in Parker and bought another shade tent of that whole pop-up set. So there's not really set up and take down because they're just pop-up tents. Thanks for watching our behind the scenes take on big camps and little cars. Now most of you probably don't have a car as little as ours, But we wanted to make this video to show you that there's always a way. Whether it's have a trailer or whether it's get somebody else to bring it out for you, whatever the case may be, you too could go camping.